Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing the summary of one inconvenient night at Chuck E. Cheese Mall. So already I'm going to mention that this game lags. Many of you will know that. Half of this game you're going to be waiting for the Helpy Robot to load in your pizza, and sometimes it might even load you into the back rooms. This intro at the very beginning of the game is actually the best part of the game because it runs so smoothly. And look at that animation, it is so clean. On top of everything else, you're going to need to buy the PlayStation 17 that has 3,000 trilobytes of space because this game requires a lot of it. This is mostly because the Chuck E. Cheese Mall is so unrealistically large. This game is also confusing lore-wise, and for the reason I've mentioned, frustrating in its gameplay. This game will test not only your skill, but your ability to deal with BS. You have to have max amount of patience to play this game. Anyway, without further ado, let's actually start the video. Okay, let's meet the band. You have Alabama Gator, Blade Wolf, who you might recognize from her other game, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, Chick-fil-A Chicken Nugget, and of course, Fred Boy. After realizing that MatPat is trying to film a theory, he, like me after watching a FNAF theory video, faints. After he wakes up, he finds Gregory hiding from MatPat inside of his stomach hatch. He promptly tells this child that his stomach hatch is not a safe place, despite the fact that we spend the entire game using his stomach hatch as a safe place from the animatronics. Big Papa Bear gives us a Fazwatch so we can, I don't know, communicate or something. After I'm done wondering how we fit in his chest cavity, I start wondering how you can legally call this thing a watch. It does everything but tell time. After discovering the horrible save mechanics of this game, I vent like the sus imposter that I am. Freddy tells me that I need a piece of paper to open his door, which I'm surprised he doesn't have on hand. But anyway, I locate the thing that I need, which is conveniently placed on the ground. I release Papa Bear, climb inside his chest cavity, and we head to the exit. While under the Denver airport, we meet an Illuminati man climbing on the wall, but don't worry, we'll meet him later. While under the Denver airport, Freddy decides that we have a non-existent scratch, and takes us to the first aid station. The first aid station is cheaper than Freddy's AI and is mostly just a hiding spot for when Vanessa shows up. Conveniently, right as we enter the first aid station, Vanessa shows up. She sees Freddy, scolds him for watching game theories and having a seizure, and then she disappears. Before she leaves, she tells Freddy he's in a timeout and to go back to his room. Anyway, Vanessa finally leaves, and me and Freddy continue through the Denver airport. Also, Freddy never helps me put a band-aid on my non-existent scratch, so shame on him. Anyway, later Freddy leaves me to go get the milk, and I am left to progress through the game on my own. While alone, I discover that the animatronics, like my dogs, are attracted to noise. So I set out on a mission to make as much as possible. All is going well until...
Hey kid! I've got some V-Bucks for you! Come over here and get my V-Bucks! I am no longer asking!
After not taking his V-Bucks and having a short detour into FNAF 1, I finally make it to the main lobby. Hand unit tells me I'm fresh out of luck and I'm gonna have to wait till the doors open tomorrow. Since nothing in this place is normal, they don't have normal locking doors. They have whatever this metal barrier is. Anyway, I locate the entry pass that is for some reason needed to enter the main lobby of the mall. Also, apparently there's no such thing as a ticket booth in this place. Apparently anything you need is just placed inside of these little boxes that are conveniently strewn around the mall. Anyway, I enter the mall. But then, Freddy has the audacity to drop this little truth bomb on me.
I'm quite sorry, Gregory, but due to the fact that Fazbear Entertainment are greedy Monopoly men, you will not be allowed into the main area until you give a computer terminal all of your credit card information.
I promptly deal my BS card and call bullshit. Then I go to use my incredible hacker skills to hack the ticket machine. Mr. Hippo, you are good for something. After using my incredible hacker skills, I get the Goo Goo Gaga baby pass to the daycare. Freddy tells me to go to the daycare, so, you know, if Freddy says I go. Wait a minute. Wait, there's a button there? Anyway, I make my way to the Child Containment Center. Instead of picking the AFK ending, where I chill here with Sunboy for a little bit, who actually seems to be a nice enough dude, I decide to steal a head. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Child Containment Center. Today we're fighting the Sun's mental disorder. So a few things about Moon. First of all, he's one of the few scary things in this FNAF game. He can contort himself in the most disturbing ways I've ever seen in my life. Not only that, he can fly. Let me tell you, if this doesn't give children nightmares, I don't know what would. Anyway, after dying quite a few times, I look up a helpful tutorial video on the fastest way to get through this nightmarish hellscape of a daycare. I finally defeat the mental disorder, and then the sun boy kicks me out of the daycare, which is honestly fair. He then summons every single animatronic to my location using his Find My Phone app. But don't worry, Freddy showed up out of absolutely nowhere and saved me. Also, when they released Ruin, they could have released a patch for the fact that Chica, every single time, in this exact spot, she has a frickin' spasm and glitches. Anyway, for some unknown reason, Freddy takes me back to his Pepsi soda can recharge station. It is here we first encounter Vanny the Fortnite furry. As she passes us by, she hits the cleanest gritty I've ever seen in my life. She was supposed to be the main antagonist, but now she's more of a minor inconvenience. She has 2 voice lines and shows up in like 4 locations. After that encounter and a little bit of walking, I enter the main part of the Faz Mall. After entering the Faz Mall, Freddy marks 2 locations on my Faz watch that could be possible exit points for me. Then Freddy tells me that El Chips is open, so I just head to El Chips. The second after I enter El Chips, I forget what I'm doing, so I just wander around the East Arcade looking for anything that is anything that can help me do anything. While wandering around the Faz Arcade, I wondered to myself why this place needs so much security. Freddy tells me it's because of past incidents. But let's think about this. If child gremlin Gregory can sneak past all the security, surely so can William Afton. After a bit more wandering, I locate for myself a vent. I use this vent to vent like the imposter I am. It is here I encounter Baby Music Boy. So Baby Music Boy is the most broken enemy of the game. They just needed something to put in the vent because they can't have any safe place in this godforsaken mall. Baby Music Boy is an inch tall and the size of my fist. He couldn't do anything by himself. Actually, he might be able to break my finger while I'm breaking his face and yeeting him halfway across the mall. At least they did it right in Ruin where they had a big group of them. That's actually threatening. I would have ran from that. But legit, I want a button that allows me to yeet Baby Music Boy across the vent. Anyway, I finish venting and I find myself in a security office. Inside of this security office, I locate for myself a head. Apparently, this head has a tracking device on it, which causes all the animatronics to come to my location. I die quite a few times, but then come up with the ingenious idea of closing one door and hiding in the corner. This, for some reason, works. Apparently, the table and I think that's a printer, somehow conceals me. Still not sure exactly what my objective here is, but I saw a door I haven't gone through yet, so I went through that door. And that would be my thought process for a good portion of this game. So fast forward a lot of useless nonsense. I find an exit, can't use it, obviously, and then I head to the elevator, which is now open for some reason. Mapbot stops me to tell me about NordVPN, giving Vanessa enough time to spawn in and capture me. So Vanessa basically puts me in timeout, and then she gives me a speech about how I'm a brat and a gremlin and I'm annoying her, which is all pretty true. So basically, I gotta sit here until my parents or the police arrive. But I'm basically an orphan, so one of those things aren't coming. But then, she's gotta turn into Vanny the Fortnite furry and come hitting the gritty down the stairs to steal my V-Bucks. So I gotta escape before she comes, using this screwdriver that I conveniently found on the ground. But I'm the #1 imposter and a great vandalist, so none of this was very difficult for me. I make my way to the elevator and back into the main part of the mall, but then that's when Freddy tells me,
Gregory, no time to explain. I have 1 bar of cellular data. I am underneath NASCAR. I have piled up boxes, so you can commit breaking and entering. Get down here immediately. I need to talk to you.
With that bit of information, I head over to NASCAR. So something you need to know. So right in front of me are obviously the boxes that Freddy set up, but because I'm super dense, I didn't realize those were the boxes that he set up. So I wandered around this enclosed area for a little bit, somehow avoiding the one security bot, and just kind of acted the fool. Anyway, I finally hopped the fence, like the vandalist that I am. After that, I am reunited with my big Papa Bear Fred boy.
Gregory, I am sorry, but I followed Roxy here. She said that she had V-Bucks since my battery drains faster than the French can surrender. I was not able to reach the recharge station in time. I now require you to drag me all the way to Parsons surface. I believe in you, superstar. If you would like to continue this emotional conversation, then please insert 5 fast coins.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Under the Denver Airport, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Today we will be trying to avoid Blade Wolf. During this section, you have only one real objective.
Run.
You will be doing quite a bit of this, especially if you get caught by a staff bot and alert Blade Wolf to your location. This section isn't actually that difficult if you don't count the 11 times I died during it. You know, if you really think about it, this section's kinda like Hallway Crawl from the Dreadbale DLC in Help Wanted. But worse. Anyway, I finally get out of Hallway Crawl and I locate for myself the most useless pass in this entire game, the Backstage Pass. The reason I feel it's useless is because there's no such thing as backstage in this game. There's to the sides of the stage, there's in front of the stage, there's below the stage, but there's no backstage, by definition. Anyway, with that enlightening thought, let's continue. So we steal the third head today, as well as a CD that contains my CoComelon playlist. So from here, we're plunged into a version of FNAF 1. Let me tell you about the mechanics. Your goal is to find Freddy on the different monitors and push the buttons that correspond to each of the monitors. This opens a door allowing Freddy to get ever closer to you. He will find you. Now this may sound like a pretty simple concept, but not only did this section lag like hell, but also you have to keep Blade Wolf and Alabama Gator from entering the office. To do this, we must use the power of controlled shocks. You may recognize these from the hit game's sister location. So FNAF 1 Shock Simulator would be pretty easy if my game didn't lag so much. Even though it did lag, I'm surprised I got it on the second try. So I finish up FNAF 1 Shock Simulator and then Freddy does the meme. You know the one.
See that small vent on the floor? Have you ever heard of Among Us, Gregory? You need to vent.
What?
I know it will be hard for you to be sus, but I know you can do it, Gregory.
So anyway, I use my imposter skills and vent. After venting, I find myself back under the Denver Airport. Hello everyone, welcome back to Under the Denver Airport, Part 3. Is this tedious? The answer is yes. You may be wondering why. Well, I'll tell you. So the first, let's say 9 times that I died, I didn't realize that there's a save point right there. So every time that I died, I had to start all the way back in this hallway, and I had to walk the length of the Denver Airport's basement. Every single time. That gets tedious after a while. Eventually, I started just leaving Freddy behind because I'm such a good person. But then, one time, I decided to turn around, and lo and behold, a save point. So the last 3 attempts, I actually got to start from the stage instead of walking the entire length of this hallway.
When I find you with a line of microtransactions, I will upload these V-Bucks straight to your account, and then all your parents' credit card information will be mine.
Oh, poor Monty, it seems you're delusional. You see, I don't have parents. Anyway, I stealthily sneak past all the animatronics and put in my CoComelon playlist. I return to Freddy and we descend into the Denver Airport for the 4th time today. As we descend, the son's mental disorder shows up yet again, and I am forced to go cower inside of a Pepsi soda recharge station. As I hide, Freddy gets abducted by the Moon guy, which doesn't really make any sense since the Moon doesn't really have much motive, and Freddy's like twice his mass. But anyway, it's a minor inconvenience for me, because I have the greatest plan to get him back.